Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be all about 3 entry-level ideas to keep in mind with showing, not telling when you're writing story. And I'm out here in the middle of the woods. I thought it'd be a great time to work on a video. I just woke up. I am very fresh-faced, exhausted, kind of didn't sleep well last night. So I just thought I'll ramble, talk about these 3 key points, and share them with you. Maybe they'll help you on your writing journey. All right, so I'm going to hike and talk. First point would be something that I used to see a lot when I was critiquing other people's work, when I would do workshopping with my writing group, when I would edit other people's stuff, is it is very, very common for a writer to, often it's in the very same paragraph, often it is back to back. The writer will show whatever they're wanting to show, and then they go around, they tell it the exact same thing. So they're showing it and then they're telling it. So I was recently reminded of this when my daughter, who's in high school, she's in AP literature. I was helping her edit one of her final drafts, and well, she was talking about someone, and she had already shown me with the character a specific characteristic of this character, like something they like to do, like walk around. They've always got a Coke in their hand, a Coke bottle. So she had shown me this several times in the story, and then she tells me, and immediately I'm like, you've already shown me this. I know this. This is a characteristic of this person. And so she was showing me in several different ways, which is great. But then she told me. So all we did to rectify that is we just took out the sentence that told us, because it's better to get that information from being immersed, from being shown something, than told. So that would be key point number 1 for someone who is working on a story or kind of new to writing, and you see that all the time. Show, don't tell. What I would recommend is don't do both. Don't show and tell. So that leads me to point 2. So as a new writer, long time ago, many years ago, 13, 14 years ago, I was reading everything I could get my hands on about writing. I wanted to do everything all at once, all the skills. You can tell I'm out of breath. I just went up a hill. But I'm kind of at a plateau right now. So over that little hill there was a trail that went straight down. So I just came straight up that hill. Yeah. So I wanted to do everything all at once. And you would read everywhere in all the magazines, all the writing books, show, don't tell, show, don't tell. So I took that to heart. And I almost tripped. What I did was I would try to show everything. I was trying to show everything in this first story I was working on. My first, what was going to be a long novel. Not finished it. And because it was my practice novel, I was doing all the things you shouldn't do. And that included trying to show everything. So what comes to mind, and I'll split the screen and put it here if I can find it. I mean, this was a long time ago. One sentence in particular comes to mind during this time period where I was trying to show everything. My main character, she was nauseous. She was throwing up in the bathroom, and I was like trying to show everything. I was describing without telling you she was throwing up in the toilet. I was trying to be very creative, very fancy-pantsy, using all the purple words. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing now looking back. But it taught me you don't have to show everything. I wouldn't just come out and say she grabbed the toilet bowl rim and urged up everything she had eaten for breakfast. Like, I couldn't just tell you in one little sentence there with a couple active verbs. I had to describe the tulip bowl. I had to describe how cold the floor was, what everything looked like in the bathroom. It was just complete overboard. I didn't need to show any of that. And so I learned my lesson. So that was tip 2. That's going to lead us into tip number 3. So tip number 3 is super duper important. I will do a full video on this later on, but I just wanted to kind of do an intro to show, not tell, and just kind of skim a few topics. And so what I'm going to end with, the final thought: save your showing for things that revolve around emotion. You want the reader to feel the emotion. So that is when you are going to show. And showing can involve a lot of different techniques, but you want the reader immersed in feeling and in emotion. It does no good to show a scene in the bathroom where they're vomiting, because that's not going to elicit any kind of emotion with the reader. But when you focus on emotion and draw it out, slow it down, and let the reader feel emotion through sensing, using your 5 senses, to kind of experience that same emotion that the character's going through. You want to slow it down, you want to zoom in, and you really want to let them kind of just be with that character, experience what they are experiencing, and you're going to do that through showing. And so, how to show, not tell? Well, there are a few techniques to that, and that's going to be a different video. It's going to be a longer video. We really have to get into that and really dissect the mechanics of it. But if you just start off with these 3 tips that I just talked about, and really focus on the emotion of slowing down with that emotion, and use your showing for those specific moments, that is how you hook your reader, and that is how you get them involved in that character's life. So I hope you enjoyed the views today. It is a beautiful winter day. It is December 17th or 18th. And it's really nice out. It's beautiful. Still winter, but it's manageable. I hope you're getting some good writing done this week. Hope this video was helpful. And I will have some more later. And as we go along with my channel, we get farther into story mechanics, we will kind of delve in deeper to some of these topics, like showing versus telling. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week.